Welcome back, millionaires. In this section, we're going to talk about wealth inequality.
I'm a millionaire. Uncle Tony in the house, y'all.
Wealth inequality, which is a very, very touchy subject, but we need to address it. We have all heard the term 1% or 1%er, a term used to identify the world's richest people. The term is real, very real. The monetary policies since the financial crisis of 2008 have exacerbated this inequality gap, creating two types of people, the haves and the have-nots. Problem is, the have-nots are 99% of the world's population. There has also been a huge rise in asset prices during this period, and the only ones that really own any assets are the 1%er, making them beneficiaries of this huge boom. Let's take a look inside at the 1% pyramid. Let's see who they are, how much they have, and find out how we can start getting up that pyramid to whatever our ultimate goal is. Let's take a look at our global wealth pyramid. Let's start with the base of our pyramid. The base is comprised with people that make less than $10,000 a year. Yes, a year. We can see a frightening stat here. We have 63.9% of the people in this planet make $10,000 or less. That is an amazing and crazy number. Now, if we go up a little bit on the pyramid, people that make between $10,000 and $100,000, we have another 26.6% of the world's population. If we add up those two parts of the pyramid, we are already around 90% of the people in this world make less than $100,000. But let's keep going on. Let's go on to the top part of the pyramid. People that make $100,000 to $1 million a year. That's only 8.7% of the world's population. That's only 436 million people. And the tippy toe of the pyramid is the people that make $1 million or more. People that make $1 million or more in this planet are only 42 million people, and they make up less than 1%, 0.8% of the world's population. We're going to learn about a new subject called UHNI. Let's talk about high net worth individuals. Our calculations estimate that there's about 149,000 adults worldwide that can be classified as ultra high net worth individuals. That means they have a net worth of above $50 million. Of these 149,000, 50,000 are worth at least $100 million, and 4,500 have net assets above $500 million. Now, let's take a look at the very top of the wealth pyramid that we were looking at before. We can see that there are different levels of rich people, and here is the classification. Rich people that have between $1 million and $5 million of net wealth. When we talk about net wealth, I'm including their homes, their cars, their watches, their iPhones, their underwear, everything that they own. So people that own between $1 and $5 million, there's only 37 million people worldwide. If we go up another notch, people that are worth between $5 and $10 million, the number gets cut down to 3.2 million people worldwide. Only 3.2 million people have between $5 and $10 million. But let's go a little bit higher. People that have between $10 and $50 million of net worth, that number is reduced to only 1.6 million people worldwide, which is absolutely nothing. And now let's take a look at the very tippy top of the pyramid. People that have more than $50 million of net wealth. We can see that there's only about 149,000 people worldwide that have $15 million or more. That is amazing. These 150,000 people probably control the world. Now let's take a look at the US. How much money do you need to have to be in the 1%ers of the country's richest people? Here we can see that in order to be considered a 1%er in the US, you need approximately $10.5 million. The bottom 10 percentile of the US population has actually a negative net wealth. If you want to be in the top 10%, you will need $1.1 million to be considered as some of the 10% richest people in America. These are absolutely crazy numbers. Now, let's take a look to see how many people in the US have $1 million net wealth. Here we can see that the US, there are about 14 million people of around 327 million that have a net wealth of $1 million. That equates to only 4.2% of the US population. It's absolutely crazy. Only 4% of the people that we see every day in the US have a net wealth of $1 million or more. If after looking at these numbers, you are feeling overwhelmed by these huge amounts, don't be. Getting where you want to be is a process. It takes time, and if you follow my advice, you will overcome those obstacles in your path so you too can become a permanent millionaire.
I'm a millionaire.